exile came to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about going back and what you've been doing since.
Okay, and when I was in exile, Gerard Wao formed a party in exile, and he was the leader of that party. And at the time, he was making move to have democracy restored in the Seychelles. But unfortunately, he was assassinated in London in November 1985. And he was gunned down in front of his home in Pina. And obviously, it was a contract killing. People hired by the Seychelles government at the time. And it's a complicated matter because there was one Irish fellow by the name of Ian Withers and Barry Penrose, which is quite a well-known journalist at the time. And they were working both for the Seychelles government and the intelligence service of the UK. But the government here didn't know about that. In fact, the intelligence service in the UK did know that they were also working for the Seychelles government. And Gerard got assassinated, and then the movement we carried on the party in exile. And then when multi-party was reintroduced in Seychelles, I and some other compatriots felt that it was our duty to take the party back to Seychelles, because we had fought so long and so hard for the restoration of democracy in Seychelles, and finally it had come. We had to go back, and I was one of the first who went back. In fact, only a week after multi-party was reintroduced, I was on a plane back to Seychelles.
Did you not fear? Did you have fears for your own safety?
Looking back, I had feared for my own safety, but I was not scared. And I feared. I think this is why I went alone. I didn't take my family along, because I wanted to go and see how things will turn out. And but at the time, the eye of the world, the democratic world, was on places like Seychelles. And even if the regime was still oppressive, but I was under the guarantee, because there was like American embassy there, the French embassy there, the British High Commissioners there. So we had enough protection to start operating as an independent political movement there.
And how easy has it been since you went back to operate as the party that you now lead?
It has been a struggle. Obviously, this government has been a one-party state for so long. It was not easy for them to suddenly tolerate different point of views and different opinions, and they curtail all sorts of media. No television access for the opposition, no radio access, and at the time there was only one independent newspaper that had started, and it was a problem getting a license to start a newspaper as well. But things evolved and became better with time, because as you know, time is the greatest healer, time is the greatest destroyer. And with time, things improve, okay, and this is what has happened over the years. And we've been consistent as well in pressuring the government to improve things. And I need to be honest and say that the situation now, as far as being able to operate as a political force against government, is much better. You are allowed certain access to the government-controlled media, because we've got only one television station in Seychelles, and this is government-owned, controlled by government, and we are allowed a little bit of access, not the way we would have wanted, but we are allowed a little bit of access. And but I think hopefully it will improve with time, and obviously I've managed to do my own newspaper, and I'm the editor of Le Nouveau Seychelles Weekly. and this is the best-selling paper on the island by far. In circulation, our nearest rival is 1,000 copies away from us.